He went away and he bought all these sex toys, right? I'm not kidding you. And I went, we are never using any of these sex toys because they were like completely out of the freaking box that I've never seen.
Holy shit, that's what the box is from.
Yeah. And you came out in today and you're like, oh, you just cardboard fucking box. And I was literally like, well, then friggin' throw it away when you took the toys out. So our cleaner's just gonna come along and see like.
I think I'd been away for a while, and you were like, "Oh, let's buy some things to get spicy." And so I bought some. Okay, let's pause there. Let's not go there.
Let me just tell you, we're
there was
never
a box
using
of sex toys, and
they're not really.
that's cool. They're adult featured.
I'd say
this is
more
a parenting podcast, Jamie.
And guess how we became parents?
By bumping uglies.
Bumping uglies,
That's
exactly.
Fine.
So,
speaking of being a parent, what's new with Rokit? Get off this topic, you knob. Shh, don't tell Mum. Hello and welcome to Shh, Don't Tell Mum. My name's Barney.
And I'm Jamie.
And this is the 34th most listened to parenting podcast in
Great Britain.
That is right. We're back in the charts and we're having a good time.
We are. Well, you know what? Every so often we're going to be doing the podcast and you'll see we'll be really like heightened. This is one of those podcast episodes, let me tell you.
We're going straight in.
Yeah, we are going straight in. It's been driving me mad for about 3 days.
Are you joking?
Yeah.
A couple of days ago, you did almost tear my head off.
And can I just say, like, we haven't been doing 100% as parents, I feel. Like, the house is a freaking tip.
It is.
We are not...
Hurricane Jamie is out in full force.
And you. No, you know what I noticed? You go into the toilet and you dry your hands on the towel and then you don't fold it back up and then I have to come in and then you put toilet paper on the toilet roll and you do it opposite and I have to come along and change it over and do the hand towels and fold them over. Like, these little details make such a difference. I know I'm one for throwing my clothes on the floor when I'm in a rush, but... everything else is immaculate, whereas your hair gel's all over the fucking shop. You're like, where's my hair gel? Where's my everything? And I'm like, well, because you don't have a place for anything. And then he'll go through this stage where he's like, I really, really want to clean fast. And he'll go, I don't know where this is going to go. I'm just going to shove it in a wardrobe. And then you open the wardrobe and it's like a hurricane comes flying out. And I'm literally like, I have to sit there and rummage. There is a TikTok video, one of the first I ever posted, and it's his wardrobe. When he was away, I removed everything and refolded everything because he shoves everything in his wardrobe and closes it and thinks it's clean. No, I'm clean in the wardrobes, in the drawers. He's not. Anyway, I feel like I've gone on a bit.
How do you feel now? Do you feel better?
I feel better. Anyway.
It's like you've been waiting to do that for like weeks.
Figure out which way the toilet roll goes.
Okay, so would you rather go into the bathroom and go to the toilet and the toilet roll be the wrong way around, or go and sit down and there's no toilet roll on the thing? Because that's what happens to me every time, and that's why I keep putting the toilet roll on.
Yeah, because you don't change it. I do change it.
You eliminate all the toilet roll and then you don't change it and you leave it and it's just a dead...
That's a boy's job as well.
It's a dead tube on there.
Like, he actually got annoyed today. One of his jobs is to do the bins, and he got annoyed that he found a cardboard box in the bathroom. And I was literally like, that's your job. Why are you annoyed at your job that you have to do? And the box came from one of his... people send us creams and lotions all the time.
Yeah, apparently everyone in the world thinks I've got really bad skin.
You know where that box is from? From our sex box. He went away and he bought all these sex toys, right? I'm not kidding you. And I went, we are never using any of these sex toys because they were like completely out of the freaking box that I've never seen.
That's what the box is from.
Yeah. And you came out in today and you're like, oh, you just cardboard fucking box. And I was literally like, well, then friggin' throw it away when you took the toys out and you put the toys somewhere. I don't know where you put them.
I don't know where they are either.
So our cleaner's just going to come along and see like...
I think I'd been away for a while and you were like, oh, let's buy some things to get spicy. And so I bought some... Okay, let's pause there. Let's not go there.
Let me just tell you, we're
there
never
was a box of sex toys and
they're not really
that's cool.
Sex
They're adult featured.
I'd say
this is a parenting podcast, Jamie.
And guess how we became parents?
By, bumping uglies.
Bumping uglies,
That's
exactly.
Fine.
So,
speaking of being a parent, what's new with Rokit? Get off this topic, you knob.
What's new with Rokit? Okay, so everyone kept going on about his bloody hair. We're trying to grow his hair and it's at that really awkward stage. So I decided, okay, you know what? I will just trim the fringe And I am not very good at this kind of like art attack.
Okay, maybe I should set the scene, I think, because this was rightfully so. You are very much correct. Everyone was saying, oh, we love his hair. It's so nice. It's so long and curly. We love it. We love it as well. But yeah, it is going in his eyes all the time. And you can see it frustrates him. We comb it over and then he does something and it's back in his eyes. So we resorted to giving him the Pebbles from the Flintstones look for a while. We hair tied it up and he had a top knot.
He hates that.
He kind of hated it, but he would cope with it and it was absolutely fine. So anyway, one night we were just like, we've got to just cut it. So Jamie was like, get me the dog scissors. So I go into the dog's box because you bought scissors to trim his fur one time. Why are we such idiots? Why don't we just get people to do it?
No,
Why do we do it ourselves?
It was locked down.
Lockdown, okay. And we bought scissors for the dog. Anyway, so we got the dog scissors. And Jamie just trying to be, Captain Hairdresser over there.
So I'm like with the comb.
Trying to comb the fringe up to snip it. Bear in mind, she snipped the wrong side of the scissors. So you're meant to snip on the scissors. The scissors are here and you're on top. You went behind the scissors.
No, I didn't.
Sorry, you went behind the comb.
I didn't because
on top of the comb.
There's a little hook thing that you put your finger on and that's the right way. And my finger was hooked
I'm not saying the
onto it.
way that you held the scissors. I'm saying when you put the comb through the hair, you cut on the front side of the comb. You cut on the back side of the comb. So the scissors were near the skin.
I just didn't want to be near his face.
And then suddenly his fringe was in half. So what does he look like now, Jamie?
He looks like a little monk. Like
he looks like Friar Tuck.
It's so cute, but it's not good look. It's not good look, and obviously he's got his chipped tooth now as well.
So he's got a chipped tooth. He essentially looks like an Aussie rules footballer.
Anyway,
because he's got a mullet with a short fringe and a broken tooth.
So Barney,
he looks like he's been playing rugby for Australia.
During this whole time, Barney is the one that signed up to the school emails.
Yeah.
So Monday comes, the next day, literally, he had the haircut. I woke up in the morning, I was like, let's just brush it to the side. There's nothing we can do about it.
This was the day before. So this was
the day before.
Sunday night, we cut his hair. Monday morning, first day of nursery.
We go to school. We turn up and there's a photographer there. And I went, why is there a photographer there? They're like, oh yeah, it's his first pictures at school. And I was like, are you kidding me?
It's picture day.
It's picture day. He has no tooth and a haircut that is the worst haircut in the history of it's worse than a bowl cut.
When I went to go pick him up from nursery, I had to apologize because they were like, here he is. He's been a bit out of sorts today, but he's fine. I picked him up and I was like, by the way, I promise you his haircut wasn't me. She was like, what do you mean? And I was like, his fringe. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, it was Jamie. She just we're so brash.
And
with
he's gonna have this picture, his first ever school picture with the worst haircut.
I really hope he's doing like a teethy smile as well, like, and he's just got like chipped tooth, dodgy fringe, mullet. He's gonna look great.
What the hell did you do to your child? I literally am like, he's gonna look back at these photos and go, Mom, why was my tooth chipped and why was my hair like that? It was like, it literally looks like a mullet because he's so long in the back and
it's honestly terrible.
Short at
it's
the front.
Actually terrible. So we're trying to like think of different ways that we can style his hair and stuff. But I mean, ultimately, it's always going to look silly. So
it doesn't look like that. That's all we're saying. Okay, it doesn't look like this.
The Rokit, man. So yeah, we came into this podcast, guns blazing. You did.
I did.
You literally came in like a Wild Western.
Why not?
Yeah. So a few days ago, I got back from being on holiday. I came back from being at work in Portugal. I landed on Saturday, and we kind of had a day together of just like both of us constantly saying how tired we were. Then it got to Sunday and Sunday morning. Just something snapped in both of us. And I was sat on the couch recovering from this awful night's sleep. And I had a week of bad sleep.
Wait, can we just go back? Wait, let's go back a bit. Let's not be like Barney's weeping fans.
Hold on.
Let's talk about this for a second.
Yeah.
I had played a gig the night before. Bearing in mind, I was parenting all week because my mum decides to have a whole family round during the whole week and she can't help me. So, and Barney's away. So I had Rokit, as you do, because I am the mother and that's my responsibility. Okay. Saturday comes. Obviously, we don't get days off as a parent. You just don't get days off. And I had to work Saturday evening, DJ. I DJ'd and then got home at 1:30 in the morning. I went to sleep. And 6 a.m. comes, Rokit wakes up, not even at 5, he wakes up at 6. And Barney's like, oh, I can't I'm so tired. And I literally was like, you fucking cunt. Sorry. I can't believe you've done a whole week of holiday, aka your work. But anyway, without your child, you didn't even work on Saturday night. I did a 6-hour DJ set.
Yeah, that's true.
Not normal. I was standing for 6 hours and he's like, I can't parent at 6 a.m. in the morning. So that had already got me in a foul mood. So I come downstairs, I'm preparing the breakfast, the eggs, everything. And he's sitting there on his phone, swiping away as he does. And Rokit decides to reach up where I've just made all this food while I'm cutting his grapes. My back is turned, cutting the grapes. And I hear he'd pulled down all the food I just cooked for him and it went all over the floor. And I literally lost it with Barney. I went, get off your freaking phone and parent. I am so angry because you haven't done anything this morning and you've been on your phone. You're just saying, but I'm so tired. I'm like, I'm fucking tired. I'm tired. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. And then World War III happened in the house.
But it was a very mixed day. We found a really nice place for lunch. We had a really lovely lunch and we were like, I feel like we've been to a spa. We leave the lunch spot and then we have another huge argument. What was that second one about?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't even want to, there's just no point.
This is the last episode because we're divorcing after this episode.
Yeah, it sounds like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, basically.
So yeah, it's been a bit of a mixed couple of days and I feel like we're getting back on track sleep-wise.
You're getting back on track.
I mean, I was going to make a funny joke about our argument stuff, but you again went in. So
but it's okay because I'm going away this week. So another one bites the dust.
And do you notice that whenever you go away, I don't call you complaining? It just happens.
I don't complain. Oh, yes. I tell you why I called him complaining, because our water tank decided to explode on us.
Oh, that's different. Yeah, we had a house crisis.
When Barney was away, and I literally was like, of course it happens when...
Yeah. There is always a house crisis while I'm away. I don't know why. I'm about to go on stage.
And I didn't even find it. My dad
I'm standing going through my notes and I get a phone call from Jamie and I'm like, I can talk to her later. And so I kind of because I'm still going through my notes and she calls again and I'm like, okay, she wouldn't normally call again. She knows I'm at work. So I answer and you're like, the water tank is leaking everywhere. It's been dripping for days. I don't know what to do.
Okay,
and then
bearing in mind, I am very premenstrual at the moment.
Really?
So
no freaking what? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm premenstrual. So I contacted because we live in a new development and we've run out of our warranty now because you get a 2-year warranty. I called them and we're like a week out of our warranty. And this is the 5th leak we've had in the house. And then they turned around and were like, there's nothing we can do. And I'm like, yeah, you can. This is our 5th leak. This is not okay. And the leak had been happening for months.
We just didn't notice it because it's just dripping in some sort of in a cupboard where the water tank is kept, so we don't go in there.
Yeah.
And you went in there and you noticed, and the carpet was just absolutely soaking.
Oh my god, it was horrendous.
Just paint. I mean, new builds come with these kind of these things, this level of understanding that people have. It's like they're not built to last. They're not great, so they are going to have snags here and there. But 5 leaks is a bit of a piss take. That's really bad plumbing. So yeah, we've been coping with that. Parenting, tiredness, blah, blah, blah. So yeah.
It's been a week.
It's been a week, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been one of those hard weeks.
I had a cold the whole time. I'm still kind of on the back end of it, but had a cold the whole time I was in Portugal as well.
But at least you don't bleed once a month.
Now, I mean, are you okay?
Are you okay?
I'm fine now. I don't know if you are. Are you all right?
Anyway, back to the story. How's your TikTok turn-offs?
Yeah, tell me about it. What's your life turn-off right now? Me.
My Karen in the comment is Barney.
You are a Karen. You are being a Karen this week. You're a Karen.
I am. Actually, I had a Karen moment earlier, didn't I? In Starbucks.
Go on. In Starbucks?
Yeah, we went to Starbucks.
Oh my God, you did. Let me set the scene this time, all right? God.
You've been setting the scene every time. Gassy?
So
should I fart on camera?
No, that's not what I meant. Gassing. So we went into Starbucks earlier when we had 4 minutes left to get the train. We had 4 minutes left. There's a Starbucks on the opposite platform at our station. So we ran through to Starbucks and we were waiting to order. And Jamie, we're in a bit of a rush, clearly. We've got 4 minutes till our train goes. And the lady behind the counter is doing something. And Jamie goes, hi, to get her attention to order our coffee. And she goes, 1 minute, please. And Jamie goes, you work in a train station. A minute could mean that we miss our train. And I was like, babe, we should have just got here earlier. Like, that's going to be her argument. And she was like, doesn't matter. We need our coffee.
No,
and I'm like,
because
she doesn't know that.
I come from a place where so where I used to live, we had a little independent coffee store, and he was so brilliant at creating, he would make coffees really, really fast to the point where he'd be like, get the train, it's fine, I'll come onto the train.
The train could be pulling
coffee.
in as he's making the coffee and you'd still make it.
No, you'd order it as the train's pulling in and you'd be like, hey, can I have a flat white? And he'd be like, yeah, I can do it. And then he will bring it onto the train and leave without the doors closing. He was incredible.
And then what did I tell you?
I just
What
can't
did I tell
understand.
you after
No,
you
but
said
she
that?
was pottering around she was like, she hated her life. And I'm literally like, you are not a tree. If you don't like your life, change it. This is why I always like to change things, because I'm not happy. I'm like, okay, let's change it. And then he's like, but we just got here. What are you talking about?
Well, what did I say when you said, when I was in North London, the guy would carry the coffee onto the train for me, and then what did I say?
He fancied you, but he did it with my dad as well. So unless he fancied my dad.
No, that's not what I said.
Oh,
I said, we're talking about a Starbucks. She doesn't give a shit. That was his livelihood. It was his coffee shop, that guy, that he had on the train station. He's going to go, above and beyond for people, for his customers, because he, that's his livelihood. Whereas she's working for a massive conglomerate. She doesn't give a shit if you get your coffee on time before you get on the train or not.
She doesn't care.
So
don't work there.
So don't work there. Okay.
That's what my mentality is.
I can't win. We can't win, everyone. Just give up. Just give up all time. That's fine. So back to our regular scheduled program. What has turned you off on TikTok this week, my love? TikTok turn-offs time.
I just don't like repeat content. When something goes viral, the person decides to do it 60 times. I'm always thinking, look, you are a human, you're creative to create something special. So for instance, an amazing artist, brand new, she's self-produced, and you know what? She's working towards the algorithm. That's what's great about it. But her name is Kenya Grace, and funnily enough, her partner I work with, and that's how I kind of knew of her anyway. Music's incredible, but literally it's the same video. The track's sped up, the track's slowed down, and doing the same thing, just singing on a microphone with a native instruments machine. And you see this, and then the next video is the same track, exactly the same, doing the same thing, just a different outfit. Next one, same song. And I get what you're doing, but at the same time, I'm like, that is a TikTok turn off, because I'm like, maybe do it walking down the street, or maybe do it change the scenery just a little bit. That's where my mentality is. And I've got to think about, because I'm in music as well, once I release my music, I will have to do repeat content that.
Yeah, you'll have to do stuff like that, but you want to do a bit more.
How will I do it creatively?
Yeah.
Maybe I DJ it in different spots, and I keep just releasing the same track in different DJ spots, one on a mountain, one in my office, one in another studio somewhere, kind of that kind of thing. So, I mean, it's one of those things where I just like creativity, work towards it. And I suppose that's what TikTok is about. TikTok is about trends. Something pops off, people want to do the trend. It's the same thing. It's like when we did that bed one of us wiggling, people were like, you stolen the idea, even though we credited the person that created that idea. And then you found out it wasn't even them. It was another couple that they copied.
Yeah.
So it's a trend. That's what trends are.
It's a weird one, that, because plagiarism on TikTok is a big thing right now. But then the stuff that I've seen people talking about within the kind of plagiarism vein is legit plagiarism. They don't get credited or anything like that, and the person just carbon copies their idea. Whereas for us, or for people that do trends on TikTok, or using a certain song or doing a certain something, as long as you credit the person who originally did it, I feel like it's fine.
Especially if it pops off.
Because it's a trend.
Yeah.
Ultimately, that's what a trend is.
Yeah.
You're setting a trend for other people to copy. Imagine I tried to surf through TikTok for people that were doing nappy changing stuff at the time and be like, that's mine. No, you're not coining changing a kid's nappy on camera.
Yeah. No,
so it's ridiculous.
How about yours, Mr. TikTok turn-off boy?
Duets on TikTok Live.
Duets
really
on lives?
Pissing me off.
What's that?
For instance, we don't really go live on TikTok that much, to be honest. It's just something that when you're swiping, you come across lives every now and then, and that just is what it is. Came across this, a live, and you know how you can go head to head on a live where, it's just the screen splits.
Yeah.
And then it's your followers versus their followers, and they're trying to.
Oh, yeah, we've done it before.
We've done that before, me and you, ages ago. That it's a trend of people doing that when, they're trying to get gifts, because then
we've done it for years.
Your followers are inclined to do it, right? But when we did it, we would talk, we would joke, we would do whatever. I've now, I think it's 3-4 times maybe I've gone onto a live, clicked on it on the duet, and the two people are just sat there, like just watching these gifts come in, and they're not doing anything. They're not contributing to the video. No,
almost.
they're not even NPCs. They're not reacting to the gifts. They're literally MCPs. They're literally just sat there looking at the camera, or like they're on their other phone, just like. I'm like, do something. There's no, but you're not warranting anyone to gift you anything on this live.
It's like, and I don't even know how we get onto the lives when we swipe up with TikTok.
It just naturally really feeds you like a live.
Sometimes I get like a road in China, and then people are just driving, and it's a highway, and I'm like, why am I watching this?
The algorithm is feeding you that kind of stuff.
But I'm like, what? But I suppose it was like when Charlotte Jonesy was on and she was talking about her algorithm and she keeps seeing like babies' deaths.
Oh my God. Horrendous. Yeah, I don't know what that is about.
Yeah, but that's probably because she's quite emotional at the moment, you know? So everything is like she'll hook onto like emotional captions. Like when Barney came back, we sat down and we were like, these are some of the ideas we always bounce off each other going, this is what we could do. Kind of like have a content brainstorm. And everything he was showing me was like silly, obviously.
Farts, basically. My algorithm is people farting.
Yeah, and
mostly.
Mine was all like, hold your daughter's hand and never let go until they let go. That's my kind of content. And his are just literally like, and I'm like, that's not funny to me. I love how our producers in the back started laughing when it was the fart thing.
Exactly. See, you're in the wrong.
That's not funny.
You're in the wrong.
But guess what? Our algorithm is more women than men.
And you find it really funny when you fart.
We find out.
What? Algorithm?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Hang on, let me just bring it up.
What, how many women versus men? On what? On analytics?
Analytics.
Go on then. Right. I think mine's 91% women and 9%
No, I'm looking at the
men.
podcast.
On our podcast?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you give that a go.
So guys, by the way, we're training again, which is brilliant. Woo! So thank you so much. Also, if you are logged into this, please subscribe or share with a friend. It really, really helps us bring the content to you. We cannot keep doing this podcast if we don't have more subscribers and... Oh, shut up. Every time.
We cannot do this.
Well, we can't.
If you do
we
not
literally will have to stop this if it doesn't grow.
Our livelihood depends on it.
It literally does. and we have childcare to pay for.
Shut up.
You?
No. If you are watching this and you enjoy it, just share it. Or maybe even hop on and give us a 5-star review. We'd really appreciate it. Because the more people that follow us on whichever platform you're watching on, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube as well for the visuals, then the better guests we get on. That's the way that we like to look at it. Like the more successful the pod is, the better the guests. And then hopefully the more interesting the conversation for you. Not just her berating me for 30 minutes.
Are you ready?
This one.
Are you ready?
Captain Gender-wise. Enter the room.
Gender-wise.
What about gender-wise? Oh,
female, male, or non-binary?
Ooh, how many non-binaries do we have?
-1.
How the fuck does that work?
I don't know.
-1.
Females 84%, males 14%. So less of the fart story and jokes, please.
It's the Bankses at gmail.com is the email to let us know if you prefer the fart jokes or if you want the sentimental holding hands with kids version. Let us know not in the comments, let us know by sending us an email about your favorite fart jokes. And I'll read them out and she can sit there and look green in envy when you guys tell me how much you love fart jokes.
That's why they always do worse on stories.
Okay. All right then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. And what?
Spud me.
No, thanks. Okay. So, I wanted to talk to you about something that people might have a bit of a controversial opinion about, being parents, being in our 30s, etc. Cosmetics and cosmetic surgery. Our next YouTube video is going to pop off.
This is the first time I'm actually doing cosmetic surgery. No. This is the first time I'm actually doing a podcast without my lips in. We had the filler removal.
So last week, the podcast that you listened to or watched last week, Jamie had fuller lips, let's just say, for example. And now the person that she has seen, who's this expert in the field of cosmetic surgery, has said, if you want me to kind of adjust your lip shape, because Jamie was unhappy with like a bit of shaping with her lip, her top lip, mainly. She said, I'm going to have to dissolve everything that is currently in your lips and then start again. So that's been quite an interesting thing. And we went there. I accompanied you for the journey and I ended up recording a lot of the stuff for this YouTube video that's going to come out in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
And you made me get something done.
Yeah, Lunar Eyes, which is like a hyaluronic hyaluronic, it's not acid,
hydraulic.
hyaluronic liquid. It's basically the stuff that you use like a moisturizer, but they actually put it into your eyes and it like lightens your eyes up.
So I had like 8 injections under my eyes.
Yeah, you need about 3 sessions.
It was horrible. My eyes were like welling up. I just had streaming eyes lying down while she was injecting under my eyes.
You guys can
terrifying.
You can watch the episode actually on our YouTube at the Bankses, BANKSS, because it will be live now once this episode comes out.
Ooh, baby.
And the lips thing, I have to say, like I lost all my confidence when my lips were down. Like I don't even want to, I'm like embarrassed for this podcast because I don't know. The thing is
I don't be embarrassed.
I know, but I don't want people to, one thing I was saying earlier, I don't want people to, you know, every time I say, like, for instance, the older generation, like my dad or my mum, they're like, well, not my mum, but my dad. He's like, why? You don't need any work done. And I'm like, yeah, but it makes me feel more confident and better about myself. Yeah. And I do feel like it ages me a little bit not having my lips done. Even though, like, I spoke to your mum was like, you look younger. But I don't recognize myself, and it doesn't give me the confidence. It makes me feel a little bit self-conscious. And
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I think that I think that whatever makes you feel more comfortable and more confident as well. I mean, I don't feel like anyone should judge you for that. I think that it's always people that don't get cosmetic surgery that poo-poo it and go, oh, you shouldn't do that. And it's like, well, to each their own. Like, it's safe now. I guess the reason why there's like a stigma against it is because it used to not be safe. And obviously it aligns with people thinking that people are either narcissistic or vain. Bad
doctors as well. Yeah, bad doctors that didn't know what they were doing. A lot of people who were doctors were actually doing the work and they weren't actually artists. It's such an art to do lip filler and Botox better. And I feel like if your friend is taking that leap, don't shit on the idea. Be a little bit more respectful in the fact that she feels some sort of way. Obviously, you can obviously say, you know, you look beautiful just the way you are. But at the same time, if that's something that you want to do, I'm here and I support you with it and support you with the journey. And I'm so excited to be on this journey and to fix the stuff that is making me self-conscious.
The only downside to it is, you know, as we've seen with people, cosmetic surgery can be a slippery slope, and then you start trying to correct multiple things, and then it goes down the line. So that there is like you should feel like you know what you want to change, and once it's changed, it's about maintenance from there on out, not consistent change.
Yeah, like for instance, once my lips were removed, they were a lot more wrinkled because of the stretch. That's what I found. I was like, oh wow, I have more wrinkles on my lips now. I had like a little ridge here as well from where I had the lip filler beforehand, and I wouldn't have had that if I hadn't had work done previously. So know that if you are going to take a step with aesthetics, that you will have to keep it up, unfortunately. That's the world of fillers and aesthetics.
Yeah. You best believe that if my hair keeps creeping back and I keep thinning on top, I'm gonna be going to Turkey, one-way trip. I'm not coming back. Don't know why I said one-way trip.
Woman.
And I'm gonna go and get a hair transplant, baby.
But you know what? One of those things that, like for instance, teeth, I always say, like I've got my Invisalign in at the moment. You can always improve on yourself, and that's what annoys me about the Britney thing. I'm going to bring Britney into it.
Besties with Brit.
Besties with Brit.
One. You have 1 minute to talk about Britney before we have to go.
Okay, so besties with Brit. Obviously, her teeth have changed a lot. We don't know if she's on drugs, obviously. We've spoken about this beforehand. But it's the gap in between the teeth.
We speak about it every week.
You look at the before and after, like her in her heyday, her teeth looked great. And now her teeth are all gappy and weird. And I'm like, is it because she had composite veneers and they got removed, or have they moved over time? Like, what with the teeth? Surely you want to upkeep it as well. You want to like keep, you know.
Basically, we have to admit to ourselves at this point that Britney Spears is on crystal meth. And it just is what it is. She's having a great time.
Why don't she comes on this podcast one day and you're slating her like this?
You're going to make her sit on a beanbag if we have Britney Spears down here. So
do you guys like her new layout?
We have a new setup.
The black wall, it was my idea. Barney's definitely not of approval, obviously, because he hates me right now this week. But I think it's great. 5 stars for the new look.
5 stars for effort. I guess we'll see. Like let's give it a couple of weeks. Let's just see how we get on. And if we love it, we love it. And if we don't, then
we did actually have chairs coming, guys, and Etsy ruined it for us. Etsy I ordered these incredible chairs, but they were too good to be true. They were like Soho House.
They look like a cloud.
Interior design. style chairs.
I just don't know how to sit. I feel like I like legs open, looks a bit weird. Legs to the side, I look like cozy. Girly. I don't really know what I'm doing. But you know what? I'll figure it out as we go along. So it's all gravy. Jamie, I love you sometimes.
Do I have to spud you? I actually don't want to touch you. You actually annoy me.
Oh my God.
You actually do. You wait till next week.
I don't want to touch
you. I'm
you
really
annoy
alone.
me.
I'll be in a completely different mindset next week when I'm periodical. When
the periodical has
I'll be really emotional.
Evacuated.
In a ball, crying.
Oh my. See, it doesn't end. If she's not laughing, she's crying. If she's not crying, she's punching me. Anyway.
I've never punched you.
Anyway.
This was a bit of a mad one.
It was, wasn't it?
A bit erratic.
Chaotic.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I'm going to leave
Such
now.
is life.
I'm going to leave.
Okay.
And you can do your shush, don't tell mum.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah?
Okay. Go on
All
then.
right.
Love
Have fun.
you. You don't have to spud me. Yeah. How are we going to get up out of the beanbags, babe?
Oh my God. This is
nice and elegant.
I'm never wearing, by the way, we're going to have to tell our guests not to wear dresses.
Yeah.
Because obviously their legs are going to be hanging out. The vajayjays.
Oh. All right, mate. How was that? How's that? I guess, this week's Don't Tell Mum segment has to be, 2 days ago, our fire alarm for some reason started beeping at 3 a.m. in the morning. It woke both me and Jamie up. We were absolutely furious. I couldn't fix it. We kind of just fell back to sleep and forgot about it. The following day, I took it out of the ceiling and I took all the batteries out, put the batteries back in, and it continued to beep. So I was like, for God's sake, right, I'm just going to leave it out, put it on the stairs and deal with it another time because I couldn't be bothered with it still beeping. Forgot about it. Later on that day, 6 p.m, I go pick up Rokit from nursery and I take him upstairs, strip him off, go to put him in the bath, and he's just wandering around while I'm just cleaning up little bits and bobs, and I hear, "Ga-dunk." And I'm like, oh my God, what was that? So I run into the bathroom and he's standing at the bath, looking over the bath into the water. And I go, what's that? What have you done? I look in. He's put the fire alarm in the bath. So, I'm dealing with that at the moment. Jamie doesn't know yet. So, shh, don't tell mum. Shh.